So I was thinking of why people would want to choose us as a We Buy Houses type company versus some of our competition. And I think the main reason is because we're the end buyers. You know, some folks will put property under contract and then they'll come back later and they'll try to renegotiate because of something silly, or maybe they'll end up selling that property to somebody else. They're actually just daisy chaining the property. You know, they're not going to buy it themselves. You know, we have access to a lot of money in terms of investors. We have a lot of bank lines of credit. That wasn't true 5 years ago, but now that we've become more established, we pretty much close on every property.
Yeah, and I would say the biggest difference between us and other people are that we do what we say we're going to do as well. So if we come out there, we say, hey, we're going to buy this property as is, then we do buy that property as is. If we say that we're going to give you a certain price, then we're going to give you that. We're very clear on our expectations on what we're going to do, and we actually do what we say we're going to do, which has made us actually one of the biggest buyers in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and the surrounding area. So we've really gotten very well known because of the amount of volume and us actually keeping our word to people.
The reason why somebody'd want to sell their property is it all depends. It depends on your situation. There was a guy who was paying his contractors. He was a general contractor himself, big commercial guy, mostly makes like gigantic bridges in town, just does these huge commercial projects. Well, it didn't make sense for him to clean up his rental property to sell it again because, you know, the previous tenants that he had in there had destroyed it. He didn't want to pay his guys $55 an hour to come paint some walls and fix some mold.
Yeah, and we've had other people who are just older people that she actually had a heart issue, and her doctor said, hey, you need to stop going up and down the stairs. Well, guess where the bathroom was? It happened to be on the second floor, which was also where her bedroom was. So every time she walked up and down those stairs, it was actually a good chance that she was going to have a heart attack. So that house is no longer working for them, but the house was having foundation issues. It was sinking, and the house needed a ton of work. It also needed a lot of different stuff moved out of there, and so it was just not like one that you can just list on the market or something. So they called us, we made them a fair offer, and they were able to move out, leave everything. They didn't have to move all this heavy stuff, and then she was actually able, they were both, her and her husband were able to go to a nursing home where they were able to get taken care of.
Yeah, that was like a really good win-win situation. I think something that was super cool about the process that they loved is like, hey, you guys can take or leave anything you want. They had a pantry that was completely full of stuff. They had, you know, things in the basement that they weren't going to be able to get to. So we just said, hey, you don't have to worry. It's a hassle-free process, which means, you know, we're looking to buy the property for a price that makes sense to us, but at the same time, you get all these benefits. You don't have to move out the stuff. You don't have to clean up anything. You don't have to wipe anything down with a rag. We have cleaners. We have people that'll help you move. And it just ended up being really simple for them because we were able to explain the contract. Our contracts are one page. Like the MLS realtor contracts are 8 pages. It's a lot more legal lingo. People feel like they got to have a lawyer just to look over the contract and sign it. Our purchase agreement is 1 page, and then we get a little bit more information from you so that we can give it to the title company. Typically, it takes them, what, like 2 weeks on average?
Yep, to get everything clear.
And then we pay cash, so, or we borrow against a line of credit. It's the same to the seller. And then when we go to closing, there's no loans, there's no appraisal, there's no inspection. We walk the house and we tell you what we can pay for your house, and in 2 weeks it's as good as sold. What if somebody's in a situation where they have a distressed property? Maybe they inherited a house and it's in rough shape. Like, what would you recommend?
Yeah, so I would say just give us a call and then have us come out there, take a look, or just have a conversation with us over the phone. That's the coolest part too, is if you just have a conversation with us over the phone. I mean, we've bought over 250 properties in the last couple years. We can give you at least a rough idea to see if we're going to be a good fit for you guys and if it's going to be a good fit for us. We won't waste your time coming out there and, you know, nitpicking everything if we're not even in the realm. So give us a call and at least see if we're in the realm. And if we decide to move forward, then we'll come out there, we'll give you exact numbers. After that, if you decide to move forward with us there, we'll get it to the title company. We'll get that thing closed in a couple weeks. So I would say if you are in that situation where you think, hey, I'm at least curious to know what their ballpark would be and I would be interested in moving forward if I got the right number, then give us a call, talk to one of our acquisitions guys, and we'd love to help you out.
Yeah, and if you're hesitant to give us a call, We always do have that short form on the website too. You can always fill that out, give us the property information, we'll message you back and forth. And the best way is obviously to get on the phone. Then we can actually understand your situation and help you the best way possible. But either way, contact us, let us know how we can help.